As we continue farther into the new season of Beyblade, the gimmicks appear to either get more and more advanced or simpler as time goes on. And we recently got two new releases for December of 2024. So it all just depends on what they do, whether they have advanced gimmicks like Nightmare's Falls, or whether they have simple gimmicks like being Shinobi Shadow, basically, or whatever. So let's get into the video. So to start off, we have Impact Drake. Here's a Korokoro leak for it, I believe. I believe it's a Korokoro leak. Um, it appears to have rubber on the layer. It's the first Beyblade to have rubber on the layer in the X series. And the Drake line changed from left spin to right spin for this occasion. I don't know why. It should have stayed left spin, honestly. It should have stayed left spin. It would have been good to go if it stayed left spin and it could just spin steel, be an attack type with a little bit of stamina. But no. It decides to get rid of its stamina by applying its frictiony rubbery bits while being right spin to right spin Beyblades. Well, it can spin steel from a left spin Beyblade, like its pre-evolution and Cobalt Dragoon. It is most likely not going to be able to face such Beyblades like that all the time. It'll probably be facing like maybe Nightmail or Wizard Rod or Phoenix Wing, probably. So it's just up in the air how good this Beyblade will be for the new meta of Beyblade X. Although I will say its design looks pretty cool, and its packaging and whatever it comes with is pretty fun. I hear it has a launcher that's like gray and red to match its color scheme, which is pretty nice. And it appears to also have 960 as its ratchet and a new bit called Low Rush. Lower form of Rush. This does help Impact Drake aim for ratchets, which it's probably meant to help burst. The rubber's probably meant to help burst other Beyblades. So yeah, it's the rubber's probably there to help burst other Beyblades easier. So yeah, that is probably a majority, if not all, I have to say about Impact Drake. Next is Ghost Circle. Some people in the community are freaking out about it being a perfect circle, and some people believe that'll be smaller, like Rhino Horn type smaller than most Beyblades, and it'll be a lighter Beyblade. Let's hope that Ghost Circle doesn't dominate the meta. And yeah, so Ghost Circle is just that. It's a circle. It's gonna be pretty scary to deal with. I personally want it to be heavyweight, but I know that'll absolutely screw up the meta, so yeah. And it comes with the with like some parts like 080, I believe. I mistook it for 060 first few times going through. So yeah. It 080 is like it's a tall ratchet, but it has no contact points. But it has like a little circle around the bottom of the ratchet. Like, you know how Venom and all the other discs from Beyblade Burst were, where they had like circles at the bottom for like weight distribution or whatever? Yeah, it basically has that. So it's probably going to scrape a lot, during battle if it gets tilted over too much. And yeah, it's basically unburstable, but it can scrape a lot, so gotta be careful about that. Finally, moving on to its bit, gear ball. We've seen it before, and it's a decent bit. It's not used competitively, so I'm not sure how to feel about it, and I do like the color scheme of Ghost Circle, but the rest of the releases in the random booster it comes in are definitely some interesting color choices. Per se, taking a look at the new Phoenix Feather. I do like the new Phoenix Feather. Makes Phoenix Feather more accessible. It has a black color scheme, which I like. It looks nice. It looks good. And then there's the green for Luigi's Mansion Ghost Circle. Pretty interesting color scheme. I kind of like it. Although it's going to be one of the two Ghost Circle combinations possibly wreaking havoc on the meta. So yeah. And the other stuff, Shinobi Shadow. It's literally the lightest and most useless Beyblade X release. Like a majority, like it's the most useless UX release. Most useless Beyblade X release in total is Rhinohorn, but we shouldn't get into that topic too much since we have a neon yellow Leon Claw. It's an interesting combination. It's barely used in the meta, if at all, so yeah. And then finally, we have a red, bluish, slightly bluish Wyvern Gale. I'm not. It isn't used in the meta all that much. Like, I personally want to see why it isn't used in the meta all that much, but I just don't know why it isn't used all that much. It could be light. It could be a little unstable. Could be hard to bring balance or whatever. I don't know. It's probably light. It has like big friend holes on the outside. It doesn't have good outward weight distribution, so it probably doesn't have as good stamina as per se Ghost Circle. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting random booster. I do in fact want it. I'll probably buy it if I can for like after Christmas and stuff, like for my birthday or something. Because my birthday's like end of January, start of February, you know? It's like one of those days around there. So I'll probably try and buy some Random Booster Volume 5, but I'm not sure if I'll get the Ghost Circle. And if I do, I'll test it out, see what works, see what doesn't. Personally, the rest of the booster doesn't look too good. The three, Shinobi Shadow, Wyvern Gale, and Leon Claw. I'm not sure about Phoenix Feather. It could be a better Phoenix Wing with like orb and stuff, you know? It could be like a more defensive Phoenix Wing. Like half the time I'm probably gonna get what I want. But the other half of the time I'm probably gonna get something that isn't what I want exactly. So yeah. I will have to deal with it whenever I buy it. So, yeah. Just a quick reminder this Christmas season, December 1st through 24th, we're doing Beyblade Advent battles. We're doing one battle every day, and you guys get to choose which Beyblades battle during each day from 3 random Beyblades I made randomly, and you get to decide that in the community tab in the polls until the day the battles are supposed to happen. So, like, subscribe, make sure to go to the community polls, and see you later.